This video is brought to you by none other than Hire Heroes, you guys. Hire Heroes is your one-stop shop when it comes to virtual staffing and making sure that you have qualified talent with your business. One thing that I love about Hire Heroes, you guys, is they've actually gone through the process already of vetting and making sure that your staff member is well trained to best fit your needs. Whether you need help with social media work, posting things on your accounts, responding to people that send messages to your social media accounts, whether you need help with data entry or a multitude of other things that they're qualified to do, Hire Heroes has got you covered. If you're having trouble finding quality talent and number two, affording to be able to run payroll for that talent, Hire Heroes has got you covered with an affordable alternative to have a virtual assistant working for your business. There's a link down in the description of this video to where you can learn more about getting your own VA through Hire Heroes. I certainly recommend it. They're what we use in our business for all of our virtual assistant needs, and you will want to make sure that you check them out today. Hey, what's up, guys? Christian Brindle here. I am back with another person who's doing huge things in our industry and going to bring some incredible value on a really relevant topic right now, not just in our industry, but in our world. And that is AI, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, the whole nine yards. I have Jessica Adkins, who is the director of marketing for Agent Pipeline, a multi-talented individual, somebody we've had on the channel before, somebody that I've gotten to know pretty well the last year or so, year and a half. And I've said for a while now that she's my spirit animal because she's just so, so smart, so talented. And Jess, thank you for being here. Thanks for coming back on the channel.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. That was very nice. Happy to be your spirit animal too. And sure.
Yes. So the reason why, we're kind of getting together and bringing some information on is there's been a wave, right? For me, it really hit my radar probably back when ChatGPT launched in November of last year. And you have been all over it, learning about it, gaining knowledge about it, and really kind of putting out incredible information to help agents on how to best utilize it in their business and kind of be ahead of this thing instead of kind of being left behind. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to kind of come together and hear your expertise and kind of hear your knowledge on it. Let's start at the beginning. When did it first get on your radar in a way that like, oh, this could be a tool for agents?
Yeah, so I follow several podcasts and All In is one of them. All In, it's like four best friends and they're all kind of out in Silicon Valley and they invest in a lot of technology. And so I first heard about it through, one of their shows. And, from there I was like, hey, this sounds really interesting, and started, just kind of following it online. So ultimately, when everything got really big in November and we were able to create accounts and, I think everybody was on hold there for a while, I suddenly got the notification that I could get in. So I started going in, playing with it. And from there, I've just kind of been locked into it, and, learning more as it continues to evolve. And, as other people come into the space with new large language models or other types of AI.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I do too.
So
I'm
I've
such
tried,
a nerd when it comes to that kind of stuff.
but in a good way, right? In a
Yes.
very good way. So I've done my best to try to learn, about some of the stuff best I can, but man, it's a lot. It's a lot. And
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is, we were kind of talking off camera a little bit about this, but you had mentioned there's probably a lot of fear on the, in the eyes of the average agent with it. Talk a little bit about like let's zero in on ChatGPT for a second. How can this tool help an agent grow their business?
Yeah. So to your point about, there's that fear. I think there is a fear with, AI taking over all of the jobs and everything. But insurance is a relationship business. That's
Mm-hmm.
never going to go away. People want that face-to-face personal touch to when it comes to being educated about insurance or even making plan selection. So while you can leverage AI to make your, sales process easier, maybe it's automating some operations or automating birthday cards or anything like that, that all helps elevate you and increases your productivity, which, allows you to connect with more referrals or, go out and do more grassroots marketing to create more strategic partnerships. And, you can use Chat GPT to organize your day to identify who some of those partners could be in your local area. Maybe there's new dentists or, local pharmacies, things like that. So just if you really take a minute to sit down and think about all of the things that you do in a day, almost all of that can be automated or streamlined somehow. And I know that you're a fan of Zapier. I am too. Love it.
Yes.
It's connected now to ChatGPT. So not only do you have Copilot in ChatGPT, which allows you to do real-time searching, because before, prior to last month, we only had data as relevant as September of 2021. So now we are able to go and pull real-time data. There's new plugins being added daily that allows people to, summarize and review PDF documents. So think about when it comes time for benefit rollouts, right? Do you want to thumb through all 500 pages, or do you want to just link over to the PDF and then get a summary of what's changed, or what's
Yeah.
new? So just little things like that you don't think about, those are the big things that save you time and help you do more to serve your clients, which is what we all want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. There was an agent in particular that I saw that put the CMS Final Rule in. I don't remember how many pages it was hundreds. That came out a few months ago. And there was an agent I knew that put it in and summarized it down to like 6 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
It's amazing.
pretty smart. Yeah. That's pretty amazing. What we've used it for so far is on the content creation side. And I think there's so many things it can do, content creation is such a sliver, but we've used it for coming up with video titles, coming up with scripts for videos, different ideas and things like that. And what I've kind of noticed about it is I feel like the more detailed you get with your request, the better response you're going to get back when you're asking questions of it.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. You'll definitely get some type of response, even if it's generic, but you do have to be very specific. And, there's the new term like a prompt engineer. Anybody can really be a prompt engineer. I mean, there's definitely people who are, that's kind of what they're going to want to do with their career is like go in and train these models and just learn how to, develop these prompts and kind of pass it out to people. I've seen a lot of people online already start selling like prompt books and claiming they're prompt engineers like that. But it's just a matter of setting down and kind of putting your critical thinking hat on and saying, okay, what exactly do I want? How do I want it? What do I want it to be? Why do I want it that way? So just kind of running through almost like the golden circle method, which is something I'm a huge fan of. If you can just kind of take whatever you're trying to do and look at it all on all sides and applying that, I think that you can come up with a pretty solid prompt that delivers what you need. And, you have the option to continue to regenerate responses. You can stop the response, open a new chat, rework it. So it's just getting comfortable getting in there and playing with it. But yeah, the more specific you can be, the better your return is going to be. And content marketing is a great example of that. We've, one thing that I learned early on is for content, you definitely want to make sure that you tell it exactly how many words you want, right? And overshoot on the words. So if I want an article to be written, I say write an article that's a 5,000 word article, right? So 5,000 words is a lot of words, right? But what you get back is it's generally a pretty solid article that's a good, 2-minute read, 2 minute or less. But the 5,000 words, and then a source to a reliable source. You know what I mean? A lot of the times I'll use Kaiser Family Foundation. They're great. They have a lot of case studies that are relevant to
Yeah.
beneficiaries. So I'll say, write a 5,000 word article, use this as a source. The topic is this. And, I even have that automate. Like if I enter, this is funny because I use Monday. I'm huge automation, love it. So I
We
use
use Monday
Monday.
too now.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
it's
started
great.
to. Yeah.
So I have a form set up where I have my team kind of go in and say, hey, I'd really like to learn more about this topic. Here's a source URL, something that is credible for starters, right? We want to make
Yeah.
sure that the content is credible. They put in the URL. And so once that form's submitted and an entry is made into our Monday board, that then sends out to ChatGPT to go ahead, write the content. Then it comes back in as an update within, a minute or two back into the entry. And so then, I can easily have a repository of 52 articles in a matter of 10 minutes.
Wow.
I
Wow.
feel right. That sounds amazing. I mean, but here's the thing, and this is, another reason why I think people are so afraid. They're like, well, if you can have that content done that fast, you don't need me. It's not true. You still have to have a human element.
Yeah.
You still have to go in. You still have to read through it. I tell everybody, like, get the pro version of Grammarly so that you can include all of your compliance rules of the road in there. Make sure you're using the right language. You're not, saying seniors when you should be saying Medicare beneficiaries, little things like that, so that, you can catch that stuff. And you can also make sure that it aligns with your brand and your tone too. So you still have to have that human element, even though I have 52 articles. Still have 52 articles that I have to read through, push into Grammarly, fact check, backlink, all of that. But it's definitely a great way for insurance agents who do want to start doing content marketing to get a head start and, at least feel comfortable taking a step in that direction.
I think that's huge. And it's such a, streamlined process essentially where like really kind of what it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like really what all that you're having to do because of the dynamicness, I guess, for lack of a better word, of the system is you're taking the article that it pumps out and you're putting into Grammarly and letting Grammarly do its part. But so it's kind of just passing the article along. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that technology is crazy,
Mm-hmm.
that's available. It just continues to blow my mind at kind of what it can do. Talk a little bit about these ChatGPT chatbots that people are starting to use. How does an agent learn about that, and how did that get set up?
Yeah, so I think that there's two different types of chatbots, right? You have the traditional chatbot, which is where, let's say somebody goes to the website and they interact and it's like it's a real person maybe handling customer service issues, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they're, asking, okay, when do you guys open? And there's that autoresponder with your hours of operation. There's also the chatbot that people are now developing that really like do chat GPT type tasks, right? There's a thing, GitHub. I don't know if you're familiar with that. This is where it starts kind of getting a little more
In the
like
weeds.
IT heavy. Yeah, a
Yeah.
little IT heavy and requires like some knowledge of Python, not a whole lot though, but if you don't know Python, chat GPT does, so it can help you out if you have questions. But yeah, so Auto GPT is available in GitHub, and what people do is essentially go in, they clone it, add it to their local desktop, and from there they can kind of create like an autonomous chatbot that you give it 5 tasks. Let's say I want to take this PDF file, I want you to read it. Then I want you to convert this into a CSV file, save it, name it, this file one.csv, and save it in this folder on my desktop. Now you can have it do that. And essentially what this is it's taking the need to be a prompt engineer and kind of breaking it down to those 5 steps,
Hmm.
so that people don't have to think through like, okay, what do I want to happen next? How does it need to happen? So you just kind of have that and it does all of it for you. And it's pretty cool what you can build and what you can make happen. Now, a lot of people have taken that, ran with it, and there's several websites. There's like Agent GPT. There's something called God Mode now. There's something called I can't think of the other name, but it's really good because it allows you to actually create that chatbot yourself. So
Mm.
it's taken all of the, go to GitHub, clone this, add it to your local desktop, taken that element out of it so that people can just go to this website and say, here are the 5 things that I want to happen, and it'll execute on that. Now, the only difference is that, if you do have a PDF that you want to convert into a CSV file, you're going to have to put it like on the internet somewhere. So you're going to have to like
Hmm.
get a Google Drive so the chatbot can actually crawl to and pull the data from that. So there's that. And then you can actually create your own chatbot too, which again is kind of you train it on knowledge about your business or, about maybe Medicare. So you have like a Medicare 101 chatbot, and then you can have customers come to your website if that's where you want to have the chatbot, or if you want to have it on a totally different site. And they can ask questions about Medicare, but you have to, train it, have all of that preloaded. And you can probably do it. The average person, I think, could probably figure it out, train it, and create it in about 30 to 45 minutes. And that's honestly with very limited Python knowledge or any kind of programming language knowledge. I think people can do that.
That's pretty amazing. That's pretty remarkable. Um,
Yeah.
so I want to spend a little bit of time talking about the Facebook group, right? So you started a Facebook group really to just help agents along with kind of learning about how to use this tool correctly, right? And
Yeah.
and how to implement it into their business, and kind of most agents just don't know where to start.
Right.
The name of the group is ChatGPT for insurance agents. And
Yeah.
when I first saw it, I was so excited because I was like, I couldn't think of anybody better to be running a group like that than you. And I feel like it's something that every agent should be involved in. Talk a little bit about kind of like what was the the idea to start that group. Where did that birth from?
We had a lot of agents, that I kind of proactively, hey, have you seen this? Just kind of having a normal conversation. They're like, yeah, I don't know how I would use it, what I would do with it. I want to learn, but I just don't feel like I can. And so, like, I love helping everybody. And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Here's an easy way for me to do this. I'm just gonna set up this group and push all of this out there. So I've been working on handbooks with some prompts to help agents, and I post, a prompt a day, or if there's some free AI tool that's available out there, I'll share that in the group. I love that, there's also an opportunity for, agents to collaborate and also share how they're using some of the prompts or maybe some, different tools that they found too, because now every SaaS platform, they're all coming out with some type of AI extension or plugin or even a totally new product. So a lot of things are out there now that people can take advantage of. You can do Mid-Journey and create pictures. And it's just insane what's out there now. I know I saw your video where you were your little AI,
Yeah.
AI Christian. So I mean, it's just awesome, I
Absolutely.
love I love being able to just kind of share what I learn and what I know and what I found helpful out to agents. And that's kind of what the intent behind the group is, just so everybody can have a safe space to kind of come in, share ideas, and learn.
I love it. I love it. And it's such a need. It's definitely filling a need that's there. Guys, what we're going to do is we're going to throw a link to that group, ChatGPT for insurance agents, that Jess is the admin of and the creator. We're going to throw a link to it in the description of this video. So make sure to head down there, join. It's free. It's a great community. It's a great growing group, and Jess does such a great job of sharing information consistently around the clock with it, really. And I've been in it for a short time and I've really enjoyed it. And I mean, you want to talk about high level information. This is high level relevant information that you guys need to be having. So make sure to get in, go join the group, and make sure that you're paying attention to what's going on in that community. Jess, I want to be respectful of your time. I'll close us out with one last question for you. Is there any viewpoint, right, for what's to come in the next maybe 3, 4, 5 years? Like, how fast do you think this technology is going to advance, and how do you think it's going to change the way that agents do business? Like, I personally believe that it's very important to, again, get ahead of this thing, because if an agent doesn't, their competitors are probably going to, and it's going to make it more difficult for them to do business. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. I think, over the next 3 years, there's going to be a lot of people, companies who start incorporating some type of generative AI technology into what they're doing. And I think, again, this is only going to increase productivity for agents. So it's not something that's scary. This should be something that, everybody kind of looks at like, hey, how can I do better with this? Because I see, in the future, I see agents being able to leverage the data that they have in their CRM, and it automatically just kind of tagging and sorting and filtering, hey, this individual is taking this prescription, and, there's an opportunity for me to change something. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's really going to give agents a better way to serve their clients, because they're going to have more information at their fingertips in real time, and the data points are going to connect, where I think, there wasn't an easy way for us to connect dots before. And so I think, there's going to be more open APIs available, where, you are going to have so many people leveraging this technology and trying to connect, this system to that system. I think carriers will probably get on board with leveraging AI too, And if you think about it, AI right now, when you say that, everybody thinks about ChatGPT in its current state, or, they think about like robots or something like that.
Right.
But we've all been using AI for years. AI is like the first study of artificial intelligence happened all the way back in the 50s. And I mean, that sounds like forever ago, but people have been developing and studying all the time. I mean, Google Maps, right? That's AI,
There you
right?
go. Yeah.
And who prints out the triptychs? Do you remember those? Where you have to, like, you're navigating like a pirate. Who does that anymore? You have your phone, so you've been using AI, and it's just going to continue to advance and be even more helpful, So I that's definitely where I see it heading. And again, AI is not perfect either. So I think there's still going to have to be a lot of human involvement, because even now I can see where sometimes the content that's pushed back to me from Chat GPT, they call it hallucinating. So it does kind of like throw back some weird, wonky stuff. And I think, having somebody do QA, if it's yourself or somebody else you have on your team to do the QA compliance check, is really important, regardless of how, AI changes and evolves. I think that's going to be a role for someone, probably a chief compliance officer, because it seems like they always get hit with the fun stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, so I see like so many things happening, and it's all for the good. Definitely good things coming for insurance agents, beneficiaries, insurance companies, all of it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. This was great. And
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And of course, you're welcome anytime on this channel. You're a wealth of knowledge, of course. And guys, again, make sure to jump into Jess's Facebook group. It's a fantastic community and fantastic environment, and you will learn a lot by being in there. So go check out that link we dropped down below. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in the group, and we'll see you next time with somebody doing big things in our industry. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you like this type of content, so we know and bring you more just like it. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
See ya.